I'm Bobby Williams, running for Florida governor, 2026, conservative Republican. I run also the Freedom Tour, food disaster relief, small business owner, Front Porch County, Florida. I'm here with the Flo Bro Show.
Yeah.
JD and Blake.
What's
Tell
up?
y'all, I mean, that's who y'all go ahead.
We got cameras everywhere.
everywhere.
So yeah, this is the Flo Bro Show. That's Blake, natural born filmmaker. I'm JD with Florigins. We're both obviously the Flo Bro Show, and we got Bobby Williams running for governor in 2026. We're really excited about doing this. Really excited about getting to know you.
Yes, sir.
Because we need another grassroots candidate who sees Florida for what it is and not how the past candidates have possibly seen it. So tell me how you got started. You don't have to go too far back, but like what got you into this? What led you up to this point?
You know, my whole life I've been frustrated with politics, so I don't do politics. Don't want to do it, don't care to do it. All I do is people sit around and argue. I mean, they tell you politics and religion are two things you stay away from. But I got caught up in religion, and I don't do religion. I do God. I tell people I just do Jesus. And I seen in the religious part, I don't argue with people. I'm not here to argue. You're right, I'm wrong, doesn't matter to me. Just be a blessing, go love people. So reality, 2 years ago, the Lord put it on my heart to run for governor, and I'm like, I'm not a politician. I don't care to do politics. I don't want to get involved in it, because it's corrupt. I mean, the reason why we're sitting here, it's corrupt. It don't matter who goes in there, and I've heard stories of Christians and believers going in there, and they're saying it's so wicked, it's so corrupt, they waste their time and they leave. So I'm like, it never changes, so why? So then Trump got elected in January of this year, and you started seeing a lot of exposure, and man, they're going after corruption. And so in February, I said, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
He's doing it at the national level, let's do it for the state level. Because we know, I don't care, I like DeSantis, he's done some good things, but we know the corruption's here. We know it's in the counties and the cities, and we see it with development, and really what we're here to talk about. And so I said, you know what, why not me? And that's what the Lord said. I said, why me, why not me? Because I do food disaster relief all over the state. You know, even though I'm not known in the political realm and on the news, I am known from Panama City Beach, Mexico Beach, all the way down to Naples, because we show up during hurricanes. We show up during disasters, and we do it for free. We did get some ARP funds, one-time deal from the county, but we get zero federal funds, zero county funds, zero state funds at all. We do it to bring hope.
Yeah.
You know, make a difference.
Yeah.
So if I can make a difference, and the city I'm in, the ministry we're in, we watched crime rate go to almost to zero in over a couple year period, and we see impacts in Polk County, working with Grady Judd. We see if somebody would go and do good, it can make a difference. So why not take that to Tallahassee?
No, I don't believe that's an awesome message. I love it. So you have to obviously pick a Republican, but you said before you're a Floridian first.
I'm a Floridian first, and I'm not same way with people. I'm just going to jump back and forth. I feel like today, religion. So people want to put you in a box. Are you a Baptist? Are you a Pentecostal? No, I'm a child of God. Yeah. So I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat in reality. I'm a Floridian.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because I'm going to be honest, they're both corrupt.
Yeah.
We know that. We see that. Yeah. I mean, look at the Epstein files.
Yeah.
They want to push it, but they're scared there's some Republicans in there that might get caught up in it, and they don't want to do it. So we know both parties are corrupt. But I got to look at who's got the best values, who's got the best ways. And I'm a straightforward guy. Honest. Right now, the Republicans won't help me. They're not going, hey, man, this is one of our guys. We're here, because I'm not one of their guys. But I believe in Republicans. I believe in conservative values. I'm a conservative, godly man. You know, we have to pick something, and we know. And I'm a Trump guy. I like Trump. He's got goods and bads too, you know, but he's done a lot of good. And really, the good that I look at, he's doing what he said. And that's what a politician is not. You know, he's not a politician. I said this and I'm going to do it. Now, you can say things and he's doing it the best of his ability, because some things you just can't do. I mean, it's government, you know, so, but he's doing the best he could ability. And that's my goal, is let's do the best we can with what we can.
Let me ask you, so, you know, DeSantis is up Trump's, you know, kind of like tickling his bunghole kind of deal, I feel like. So especially with the ICE thing and the detention centers, where would you lie on a situation like that? If you were in office right now, I mean, I understand immigration is
that was a political move.
Yeah.
So let's throw it on the table. DeSantis has been our governor for 7 years, right?
A little too long, I feel like, at this point.
Where was he at 7 years ago?
I don't know.
Where was he at with property tax? Where was he at with illegal immigration?
Yeah.
Because I don't care who's the president. He's the governor of our state.
Yeah.
He had the right to secure our we have borders.
Yeah.
We had the right to secure our borders 7 years ago when he come governor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How much drugs, child sex trafficking comes in Florida every day? It's been going on for years. And now because
you
you're
wanna do
running for
something about it?
president,
Yeah.
it's important.
Yeah.
Now you're on TV every day talking about property tax. We've been struggling. I said that since I've been a property owner. This is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
I never owned my home. Once my home's paid off, I still got debt.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, there's so many things that he's doing now because he's running for president, you know, that is important, but it wasn't important for the last 7 years. Come on now.
Is his wife running for governor?
I don't know. I truly believe she was going to, but then when that deal, that $10 million deal and her foundation come up, I think they felt the heat and she's like, am I really built for this? That's my opinion.
So do you think that he is going to try to take that, abolish property taxes as his campaign for running for governor?
Yes.
I mean, sorry, for president?
He's already doing that. I mean, he pretty much kind of, now he's trying to.
He's setting the foundation for it now.
Yeah. But even Trump said that. Trump said, hey, let's do it nationwide. So I think that's what he's trying to run on and do.
It is. I mean, obviously everybody knows it's a political move.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is.
Clearly.
But that's where I meant, for me, it's, you know, we've had this, y'all just met me, but you can already see just from meeting me and talking to me and what around is who I am. I am a man. I'll do what I say. I am that. I'm not a political guy. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Yeah. I said this on a quote the other day. I'm probably going to hurt your feelings because I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and because the truth hurts, but the truth is what changed you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a drug problem, I'm not going to say, oh, buddy, it's okay. Let's pray for you. No, you got a drug problem. Until you quit doing drugs, I can't help you.
Yeah.
People come to me, I'll pay my rent, pay this, pay. No, quit doing drugs.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Let's give your life to Jesus, change your life, quit doing drugs. Then I'll help you.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to help you just because you want to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to show some initiative.
Yeah. You don't have compassion. I have plenty of compassion.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be stupid,
Yeah.
you know, so.
No, yeah, I get that. So you obviously have to run as a Republican, and we talked about how, like, our political system says you have to pick a side. You have to pick a line in the sand and stand on that side. So being a Floridian, a lot of people who follow us and support what we're doing are from Florida.
Right.
Even people that aren't from Florida that have been here for 20, 30 years still kind of have like, hey, I've been here long enough. I've seen enough crap go down. I'm tired of it.
Well, they moved here for a reason, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes, they moved here to get away from the stuff that they were dealing with and to get more of a country vibe life that's less hectic, but that's the complete opposite of what's happened. So I guess my question is so you're going into this as somewhat of a neutral party, have to pick a Republican side, but you're for Florida. Can you tell everybody like really what that means to you? Meaning I'm from Florida. Tell us a little background on who you are as far as, you know, how long you've been here possibly, you know, like you got kids and all this stuff. Just gives just a little insight on what it means to you to be from Florida.
So we're in Winter Haven right now. So we're sitting, it's my house, my residence. We're on Lake McCloud, right outside of Eagle Lake, but it's a Winter Haven address. Been born and raised in Winter Haven my whole life. Been right here. Polk County boy. We do a lot with Polk County Sheriff, Grady Judd, third generation. My mom I was raised poor. My mom was 14 when she had my brother, 17 when she had me, ended up marrying her dad, but we had nothing, grew from that. But I love Florida. I mean, this development, biggest thing is one reason why I'm running, I'm tired of development. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of these developers coming in. I don't mind you making money and building houses. My brother's a general contractor, but he's not a developer. You know, if you want, you can remodel houses, he buys empty lots that are here and there that's already been there for years and builds new houses there. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're coming in and destroying the trees, destroying all the natural oaks, flattening it down to nothing and making it flat, when perfect examples, y'all come in a different way, but when you leave here, you'll go across the street. Man, that used to be rolling hills. There's 300 acres of rolling hills of pasture, hay fields, and you'd see deer and turkeys out there and all kinds of stuff. And they went in there and took all the dirt and make it flat.
Yeah.
Just one level kind of stuff. Now it's nothing but, I think there's 2,000, 2,500 houses coming in, and it's just nonsense. You know, there's no reason. It's greed.
It is.
You know, it's just nothing but greed. I don't mind somebody making money. I'm a business guy, but that's not capitalism. That's greed. That's just, we have bigger money. We can pay more money, and we'll make people bow to us, where we can put 10 houses per acre, and get more money out of it. And unfortunately, everybody loves Florida, especially Polk County. They love our sheriff here, Grady Judd. They like things the governor has made decisions since COVID. You know, he originally I would never shut down. I didn't shut down as a ministry in church. We had that conversation earlier. I didn't shut down. I would never shut down because we've seen it kills the economy.
It does. Yeah.
It killed everything. I mean, people live paycheck by paycheck. I don't care if you're a poor man, middle class, upper middle class, rich. We should all live paycheck by paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, I run a business, do that, but even my business runs paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it's the way we live as Americans, right?
Yeah.
And you take a week, 2 weeks paycheck. I don't care if you're a poor or rich guy. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And so that was the worst decision ever.
No, yeah, I agree. DeSantis did open it up quicker than everybody else, which
Right.
made everybody flock down here.
Exactly.
And then, a lot of the lot of the developers capitalized on that. What are the big players in this area as far as development? Lennar,
KB Homes.
yeah, the same guys we got.
They're national.
just
They're all the
They're
national
just-
guys.
They're just
Toll Brothers.
destroying everything.
Yeah.
My view is yeah, it's capitalism. So it's like, oh, they're going to see a good deal. They're going to buy the land. They're going to build on it because they can. But it's like, as a Floridian, like in our hometown in Manatee County, like I grew up Sarasota County, Manatee County, I don't go to the beach anymore. Like what used to be out east in the country is not. It's cookie cutter development now.
Right.
And it's like our way of life of how we grew up is totally different. Like my wife's pregnant now, so it's like I'm about to have a kid, and I've always in the back of my mind going like, do I want to raise a kid in this town? It's not going to be the same. Like
Yeah.
we used to have so much fun. We used to be able to do so much more, and now I'm gonna have to worry about traffic. We have to worry about even to the point where there's there's so much people, and obviously more people brings more problems. And it's just like, man, do I really want to like raise my kid in this in this town that used like how I know how it used to be,
Right.
and now they're never gonna know that, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it sucks. And I brought up that point because people are moving here because they like that Florida life, but the more and more that they're moving to these cookie cutter developments and dealing with all this traffic and dealing with all this stuff that comes with overpopulation, I feel like less and less people are going to want to move here.
Well,
They're like, we don't like this. Why would
It's no longer Florida, right?
Exactly. And it pushes Floridians away.
Yeah.
So people want to move here, so they're going to move here because they don't know how it used to be.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say.
And I want to say right now, I'll have to go back and read it, but it was 85,000. I don't know if it's 85,000 a year, or 85,000 a day, or something, or 85,000 a month of Floridians moving back out.
Moving out, yes.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they come in because they come from the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
They're
they
used
come
to
from
it.
Chicago, New York, suburbs. So when they move down here, they see cookie cutter house. They're like, oh, this is normal.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just move in here in this neighborhood. Then they bring their values and,
Their political views.
political views. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Mason-Dixon lines there for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's not, and I'm not, I tell people I'm actually a black man, so I'm not a racist guy. And so don't get me with that. But it's Southern values. It's Southern ways.
yeah.
It's when you pass somebody, you wave.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we was in South Carolina a couple weeks ago, and a funeral was coming down the road, and all the traffic pulled over
Yeah.
and got off side of the road, and you waited. It's respect.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they come down here with no respect, no values, we missed that.
Yeah.
And, our goal is you come down here prayerfully, we influence you, them
Right.
influence us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But when you have the mentality of, they come down here with that mentality, piling in, and more of them.
Right.
That's what you were saying about how, it's not the same. And even back to where you were just saying, hey, when you drive by somebody, you wave. That used to be the way it used to be in Manatee County.
Yeah.
Growing up, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you would recognize a car like, oh, I know who that guy is. Or I recognize, but now you drive by, I could go anywhere and I'll go in Publix and I could look around like, I don't know any of these
Who are these people?
I'm probably the only one within like 50 yards of me right now that's actually from here.
Yeah.
Except for like the kids that are teenagers that just happen to be born here in the past decade or two.
Right.
But it's like you don't see anybody you recognize anymore. Like the small town vibe is gone. And it's happening here in Polk County, Polk County, Bartow, Fort Meade, that area, it's slowly engulfing a lot of these smaller communities and turning it into, cookie cutter neighborhoods to where it's just such an unfamiliar sight when you go out. Cause it's just like, it's a headache going anywhere now.
Right.
That the traffic is a beast. It's like and the people, honestly, that you encounter sometimes, they get mad that Floridians are frustrated or we don't like them. It's just, this is our hometown, our home state, our home county. And when people bark at me on Facebook, and you can, when somebody comments, you always tell that they're not from here by the way that they comment. And I'm like, well, how's your hometown looking? That's my comment to them. How's your hometown looking? Because my hometown looking pretty bad since y'all showed up. You know, and I ain't got nothing against you. I'm not regionally racist, but I'm just proving a point. That enough
the thing
enough.
is we have safe streets. Neighbor helps neighbor.
Yeah.
We love each other. We have godly values.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might not go to church, but they have godly values and godly character, and it's love your neighbor, and they want to help. And when you come down here, and it's really a different culture.
It is.
And it's me, myself, and I care less what you and your thought, and I'm going to tell you about yourself instead of helping one another. And I think that's our biggest, one of the frustrations.
Yeah.
You know, the next frustration is, and that's why Grady says, you know, I don't care if you move here, just don't bring your values and your voting stuff.
Yeah.
You move here for a reason, and you move here because of the country atmosphere, the Florida life.
Yeah.
And it's about, you know, helping one another, but it's, you know,
We've lost that over the past couple of decades. It's like a cornucopia. Everybody's just funneled down here, and now the culture in Florida, the good old boy, the whoever, the crackers, it's just like it's gone. It's slowly disappearing. Each tract of old cattle land that's just another memories lost from someone our age, a little bit young, used to drive by that as a kid and look out and seeing the cows. And now we just lost it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say it's too late. You've heard that. It's not too late.
No.
There's still a chance to save it. If you're thinking it's too late, then you're pessimistic. There is still an optimistic chance. We just got to have regulations set in place. We were discussing this earlier.
You have to quit rezoning. That's number one thing you can do to fix everybody. How can you fix it? Is quit rezoning.
There you go.
Because you leave here. I mean, y'all come from back roads. Y'all probably come down 17 or different things.
We actually took a different route, but we know.
But if you do that, there's farmlands,
Mm-hmm.
oak trees. It's beauty here for me, Bartow. It's still some beauty.
Yep.
There's still. I'm getting an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I fly a lot across the state, and there's a lot of beautiful Florida left that we have to stop and preserve.
Yeah.
And a guy come to me last night. He's like, well, people want to move here. How do don't they have a right to move here? I said, well, if we don't have a place for them, a house for them, they can't move here.
Yeah. It's like if you build it, they will come. You remember that?
That's right.
If we quit building, they'll quit coming.
Don't give them if there's not a house they can buy or rent.
And what we're finding in our county is that they've developed so much that there's a lot of vacant new construction houses because there's actually people leaving Florida more so than the people 4 or 5 years ago that were moving here. So they're still building like they're coming, but they're not. The arrival is kind of slowed down. So now we have all this new construction that they're still building, but they can't fill the homes.
Right.
You know, this is good.
Nope.
This is another thing, what you said earlier about political motives and that, like illegal immigrants. I didn't know this, but some things like, J.D. Vance said, because we have so many illegal aliens here, the United States, we think of Florida, it's supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
So if we have 1 million illegals in Florida, that means they're filling up 1 million houses or apartments, which drives rental prices up because supply and demand. So reality, if you take the 1 million illegals out, supply and demand, so we're not building new developments now. You know, we're not trying to accommodate illegals. We're not trying to accommodate the 1 million illegals that are in Florida.
And they're primarily the ones building the houses to a degree. The thing is like you don't have 20, 30 years ago, I was in construction for a very long time, down on my hands and knees doing physical labor. I wouldn't do it anymore now because my knees are shot, but you don't find too many Caucasians doing manual labor unless it just requires them sitting in an air-conditioned truck and supervising.
And that's a catch-22 too, it's back to capitalism.
Yeah.
If I can pay a guy $10 an hour and he's willing to do it, I'm going to pay him.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and you are like, I want 15, you're going to pay me 15 or 20 or I ain't going to do it. And you're like, well, I'm going to pay this guy.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, they're the only ones in the industry doing it, but because they're the only ones willing to work for that wage.
Right.
I mean, these framers and construction guys, they love to pay these illegal immigrants. Why? Because they get them cheap.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, they're the only ones doing it. Well, if the jobs opened up, they would probably pay a little more.
Yeah.
And that would make it cost a little more, but still, these people now have jobs. Well, there's no jobs out there. Well, how many are consumed by illegals? How many, they don't know how to do it. These guys know how to do it. Well, train them.
Yeah.
It's this guy will go do it. A normal Florida citizen will probably go do it if he knew it was there and there was an option and maybe a little better pay. I mean, but now the job's not there, because this guy's doing it for $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the option's really not there at the end of the day.
So if we eliminate the option of, we essentially somewhat mitigate the immigration to a degree, that will decrease the housing building essentially, because you're removing your labor.
Yeah.
And to slow everything down. So really that's what it is. We just need to slow down the progress. Everybody is always like, oh, you're just like you said, you're against it. And we're not against it. It's just gotten out of control too quick. We're on a peninsula. We only have so much land to give.
Well,
we can't destroy it all because we ain't going to get it back.
And let's just take land out of it. How much water?
Exactly. Water.
Man.
Yes.
We've had water restrictions for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And so 30 years ago, we were down, we'll say 5, I don't know the fact, but let's go 5 million. So we were 5 million less people then, and we had water restrictions.
Yeah.
And now, because of housing, you allowed 5 more million people to come.
Yeah.
We couldn't take care of the 25 million before, but it's okay to add 5 million, 30 million. And it's back to, I said it to you before, if growth's the answer, when does it ever stop?
Yeah.
Right.
When we run out of water, when we run out of land, what's the stopping point?
Yeah.
So then we can have no more growth, right? So do we collapse the nation or state? No, it's about sustainability.
Yeah.
If we can sustain then, we can sustain now. We sustained from 08 really to what, 015? Really before COVID. We had 10 years there of a big gap and no big development, and we sustained. It's about sustainability.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to get, the sustainability.
So we were talking earlier about, hunting and having regulations. The bear hunt was approved. There's a lot of people in uproar with it, or regardless if you believe it or not. The point there is that they are essentially regulating the species to a degree.
Yes.
To where it's like, all right, there's 4,000 of them. We're going to allow 167 lotto tickets just for tags. But so we are putting regulations on our wildlife, but we're not putting regulations on our developers.
Right.
And that's where a lot of people are extremely frustrated. Is we're not against the growth. We're just we're against the anti-regulation and the overabundance.
Yeah, they do what they want. Throw enough money at it, they get what they want. They buy what they want.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go, whether it's deer or hogs or we'll just use deer as a perfect example. I can't go buy 40 more deer tags. They're not available, right? I'm limited to, I don't hunt much in Florida anymore just because it's all privatized, big money developers bought everything and you can't hunt it.
Mm-hmm.
So we hunt South Carolina, but in South Carolina, I get so many bug tags, so many doe tags. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, it's illegal to go after any more than that. On development, it's not. As long as there's land and they got money to buy it, and we'll just get somebody to rezone it and change it, and there's no regulation.
Yeah.
So we have to, we actually come up with that earlier, is we have to regulate development. It's just no different. We're putting a hunting season on developers.
There you go. That's the perfect way, a hunting season on developers. I think somebody came up with a T-shirt that was like that. That's a good T-shirt.
That's a good T-shirt we're going to have.
T-shirt.
Cows. I seen a couple I posted earlier. Like we have cows and condos, and horses and houses.
Yeah, we got another one. An older guy. His name's Harold. He wrote a book. He's from up in like Citrus, Pasco County. An old cracker guy from there. Wrote a book about it, and he's coming up with the cattle can't chew concrete thing on his shirt, and he got stickers and stuff.
Yeah,
he's been a big promoter of us, and so when people donate to that GoFundMe for the billboard, he'll send them a couple of them stickers. It's just kind of fun, just because. He's an old cracker guy who understands, like, he's been here 72 years, I think he said he's been here. I mean, he's obviously a multi-generation, but he's old enough to kind of see the way it was back in the 50s and 60s. And then now you're like looking at it like, wow, like,
so that's
not sustainable at all.
I'm going to do to y'all what people do to me.
Yeah.
So you're doing a GoFundMe. You're raising money for billboards to go against developers and development. If developers come to you and write you $1 million check, are you going to change that?
Nope.
Why not?
To put up a billboard that says "Stop developing."
Yeah, I'm not. Come
on. They're going to write you a $10 million check right now. To change your belief, change your way, change who you are, change all that. If I write you a $10 million, $20 check, a developer does, is it going to change what you're doing?
That's betraying our state at this point. That's betrayal. There's no amount of money that's going to change my mind on how we feel and what we've and what we've accomplished.
For sure. And that's funny because that was a question that I bet every single person watching this is going to ask you. Is like, okay, well, who's funding your campaign? Are you going to sway a certain way? If like, actually, well, that's the question is, can someone give money to your campaign and you, like, do you have to accept all donations? Like, how
No.
does that work?
No. As a governor, you can get $3,000 per entity.
Okay.
So when you leave here today, you can write me a check for $3,000. You can write me a check for
Perfect.
$3,000. But then then we'll say Flowbro is a corporation.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another 3,000.
So that's another $3,000. So that's how you accumulate. So
Right.
what happens is we'll use most candidates. Developers are funded. Developers have 15 different businesses.
Yep.
So that's 45,000. Then I do they do their personal, their wife's personal, their kids of age. So that's how they can accumulate all
Correct.
that kind of money and do that. But yeah, it's and that's
Well, that's the question is, so you can see the donations coming in. If let's say a developer, like a named developer, is trying to give you money, are you able to be like, no, thank you?
I can, but
Okay. It doesn't mean like.
But I'm
yeah.
going to tell you from a minister's side,
Yeah.
and I run a ministry. We've done 100 million pounds, 350 million gift in kind since 2020.
Wow.
So just blessing people, and never
Yeah.
sold nothing all for free. But if somebody come to me and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $100,000, but I'm going to put stipulations on it," I won't take it.
Right.
But if that same person, we'll just make governor as a thing.
Okay.
So if Lennar Homes come to me and said, we got 10 different businesses, I want to write you a check for $3,000, $30,000, would you accept that? I said, depends. Is there stipulations on it? Yes. You got to quit. Nope, won't do it. If you want to write me a check for $30,000, I'll take your money. I'm not against your money, but it's not going to influence me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to use your money. This is who I am.
Cool.
This is what I stand on. So if you don't want to agree with me, I ain't gonna. I won't take your money.
Yeah.
But I will take your. I mean,
If
your
it's out
money.
of kindness.
Well, it's the more money I have, the more I can promote me.
Yeah.
So same way with the ministry. You know, the more money people give me, the more I can do.
Right.
But there's no stipulations on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I had a pastor one time, he said that somebody hit the state lottery and wrote him a check for $150,000. And a lot of his board members were like, man, that's tainted money. That's tainted money. You shouldn't take it. He said, you're right. It ain't tainted enough. You know, I'm not going to change who I am because money's coming.
Yeah.
But you know how much money is seed? You know, you sow it, you help.
Yeah.
So the more money we come in, the more I can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if the developer wants to write me a check for $35,000, and I'm not, if he's we'll write you at 35, and they might want to do that just to say, this prove that I'm wrong.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
I'm
Try
not.
to
I'm
set
taking
you up.
Try to use
set
it
me
against
up.
you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them I'll take your money, but I am who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going to support you guys. I gave y'all $500 for y'all's
Yeah.
sign on the side of the road. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying? It's
sir.
like
That's awesome.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm going to
Yeah,
support. Money don't change me. We had this conversation. 30 something years I chased money.
Yeah.
Never made me happy, and actually made me more miserable because you never had enough.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
get enough. And that's where God changed my life. And now I give most of my money away. It's about helping people and bettering people. And I run for governor, same platform. You know, it's like developers can write money all they want to. Because even for me, the difference is you got to go down. It's all, I can't hide nothing.
No.
It's all shown who our donors is.
Yep.
That's like somebody says, oh, he's about this, he's about that. And I think it was your girl, Ginger. She said, I had one of my friends go and look, he's self promoted. I mean, my personal money has been going out doing stuff.
Wow.
So he's self-funded was the word.
Yep.
You know, so it's, you know,
So how do people give you a campaign? How can they give you campaign donations right now? Like, what's the best way?
Go to my
of doing it?
website, www.bobbywilliamsforfloridagovernor.com, and you go in there and it says pay. Then you can either send a check or click the link, and it takes you to the
Yeah.
site because I have to have all your information.
Yeah.
So name, address, how much we got to every quarter we have to record that.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it can be $5, $10, $20. Every bit helps. But for me, you know, it's just about promotion because it's like you guys. You're like, who's Bobby Williams? You know, a lot of people don't know me. And
Right.
we are known in some disaster relief realm, hurricane realm, and that kind of stuff. But there's the political realm and governor realm is like, who is this guy? So it helps me. More money I got, more advertising I can do. Social media is free, but you can promote it, boost it and that kind of
Right.
stuff, which that's what really helps.
Have you tried any like social media ads?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that work at all?
Yeah, it did. Everything's learning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when I first started that, I said, you know what? I'll do what everybody does. We'll just get some AI stuff, let AI create some words and create the videos, and I can put my pictures in there and let it shoot. And the problem was, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I had people call me a liberal. He's a Democrat. He's anti-gun. He's all this stuff. And I never said any of that. And my thing was, it first come out was, Florida, we need a change. So all the Republicans come at me sideways. Well, he's against DeSantis. He's against Republicans. Because I was saying I wanted to change.
Yeah.
Or do you want to see a change? So I've had to, so we had it ran up to there's 400,000 views on it, that kind of stuff. But a lot of it was coming at me because it wasn't me, wasn't my views, wasn't who I am.
Yeah.
So I stepped back, and now just more live videos like this,
Yeah.
and just, and really, Freedom Tour, like I said, we've done over 100 million pounds, 350 million pounds. We're known across the state. Grady Judd's a huge blessing of ours, follower of ours, supports us financially and verbally. And it's because of who I am, my voice, my face, that. So I've had to, okay, we're going to run this as me, so, but it does work. It does help.
Authentic. Yeah, no. So, I mean, that's why I was curious, because, you're going to start getting here pretty soon on social media and TV. You're going to start, we're getting closer to it. So you're going to start seeing more ads. It's just know if you had any luck doing it.
Yeah, I have. Like I said, we had one ran, and actually it ran on accident. I was only supposed to run for 5 or 10 days, and it kept running for like a month or two. And I'm like, what? And money's pulling out of my account. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I ain't doing this. So I had to finally shut it down. And there was and it wasn't me. They said, hey, we found some stuff. I don't know how that worked, but then I started going back and reading the comments and stuff. I'm like, wow, man, negative publicity, sometimes good publicity, because it gets my name out there, but they viewed me in the wrong way. And like my shirt I'm wearing, this blue shirt, so they see me in a blue shirt, and it didn't say Republican, so I was automatically a Democrat. So because I got blue on. And so you learn a lot. So I've had to learn to change that up. But no, we're doing a fundraiser into October, and we've already got people donating and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people buying tables, 3,000 tables, that's max, kind of deal. So our goal is we'll raise probably 100 grand or so or more, prayerfully. We've got about 20 grand committed already.
That's good.
And that's going to allow me to, do more in Facebook and posts.
That's fantastic. So where do you have like these like campaign gatherings at? Like, have you starting to travel throughout the state and stuff? Or
I have some. Ain't really been gatherings. It's just people been wanting to meet me and that kind of. Actually, a couple of Republican committees reached out to me. We went to Delray Beach, done some, but so we're going to start doing more. It's really just been friends of mine, people who know me. Obviously, I'm huge in the faith-based community. So like last night, we were in Tampa. A friend of mine in Tampa, he had a big men's conference, 3,000 men. Wow. And but just introduced me. Hey, this is Bobby Williams. He's running for governor. We're for him because now, IRS allowed churches now to be political. So used to, they try to pull your IRS status, your giving status, and now they're saying a church is really a family, so they can promote people or say that kind of stuff. So
I didn't know that.
Yep, that happened about a couple months ago, 3 or 4, 5 months ago. So it come out, and so men's conference, that kind of stuff, and obviously them people are all over the state.
Yeah,
some all over the nation, but it's growing. So it's just, and I'm going to start renting venues. So what we do is Freedom Tour. Is we're always giving back to the community. We never take donations. We never do anything. I mean, we'll take donations, but it's never, here's a bucket, here's an offering plate, we're doing this, and we're going to take it. We just go into communities and give away for free. Just love on people, pray for people, and just show, man, we're just here to help you, show you matter, show you care, your life's important.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what I still want to do, just go there. And obviously, I got a Freedom Tour and Bobby Williams for governor separate. Got to stay separate because of 5013 status. But, we see it every day. Like, I don't know if y'all know who Farm Share is. Farm Share is a big food production, giving back in the state of Florida. And what a lot of congressmen say, hey, we're going to go, this community, sponsored by, Farm Share is going to put it on, but it's sponsored by Congressman so-and-so. So we'll kind of do some events like that. Freedom Tour event, and sponsored by Bobby Williams for governor. Pay for it, that kind of stuff, and that way it don't tie together, but this is who I am, what I've been. I get that. How can you run? Well, I'm Bobby Williams. I'm the Freedom Tour. I mean, that's who I am. I mean, I'm just what I've done for the last 5-10 years is who I am. So
Yeah.
I got to keep it separate IRS way, but I can't keep it separate because that's who I am. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead. You have a question?
No, I was just gonna ask like this technology changes, social media is changing, like more and more I think candidates across the board from local all the way up to like running even for president, like Trump went on the podcast and that was huge, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you reaching out to us, wanting to do a podcast and being involved with what we're doing, is that what you're trying to do running your campaign is like, I'm going to try to reach out to a bunch of people. I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm going to use social media, other people like influencers and stuff. Like, is that when you were like, I'm going to run for governor, like thinking about creative ideas, like how do I get out there? How do I get out there that's different than just in the past? Or like, what can I do that's different than what the other candidates are doing?
Yeah. So 100%, you're correct.
Yeah.
Trump won on social media.
Yeah.
You know, and social media is a huge platform because people are tired. So people are tired of the news and are tired of government.
Yep.
They both lie to you and they both steal from you and they both rob from you, you know? But people still want to listen to them, which is the most frustrating and aggravating thing you see today. So yeah, it's about social media because they can get our voice out. But, you know, I see guys like y'all who have podcasts, believe in what you believe in.
Yeah.
You know, take criticism, willing to take it, you know, in a sense of this is who we believe in and it's what we're going to change. So yeah, I want to get more. I did one yesterday with Pinellas. I can't think. Pinellas Podcasting is what he's called.
Cool.
He's out of Pinellas County, so he's got about 10,000 followers. I did one with him yesterday.
Sweet.
So got you guys today, and just so get out there, get the name out there, and at the end of the day, you know, it's about, to me, it's never about Bobby Williams. It's about the people of Florida, and it's about, you know what? There are guys out there who can't be bought. There are guys out there who do what they say. There are guys out there that have a godly value, godly character, and love people and want to help people. And the problem is there's not that many examples.
No.
So when you do come to the forefront, we don't believe it. That's fake. Because they've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and that's for me, even for the Freedom Tour, the Freedom Church, the pastor, is I get that. I even get that on a ministry religious level. This guy, I've been to many, we've done a lot with black churches. We do a lot with Hispanic churches. We're multicultural because I don't see skin color. I see a person. Skin color means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I always make the joke, you just stayed in the oven longer than I did. They took me out early. That's the reason why I ain't riding ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's, but when we go into places, what's your motive? You're trying to get money.
Yeah.
You're trying to take over our church. You're trying to do this. You're trying to steal our tithe. You're trying to steal our tithers. And I'm like, no, man, I want to see people's life change.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people being addicted. I'm tired of people on drugs. I'm tired of frustration. I'm tired of aggravation, stress, anxiety. You know, right now, mental health is a huge deal.
Yep.
Well, how much of that's caused by development?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
And social media has been a big, well, for the youth. But yes, as far as mental health goes,
But I'm saying we're here talking about
mental-
stopping development, right?
Yeah.
And how much of that is mental health? You know, we're not here just because we want developers to stop making money and we want, you know, we don't want these people here. We want it because we want a better society.
Yeah.
We want a better state. We want a better county. And it ain't just the trees and the wildlife. It's that, but it's mental health.
Yeah.
It's the frustration of Floridians, and it's the frustration of people who move here and want a country lifestyle or laid back lifestyle, and they're seeing it change over greedy development. So when you do come, you guys are the same as we kind of see we're like-hearted, like-minded. When we come to the forefront, like, they're fake.
Yeah.
They ain't real.
Yeah.
And you get the bashing and the beating and all that kind of stuff. So
when we started putting out content of like stop moving to Florida or stop developing Florida, like literally people were like, "Are you guys even from Florida?"
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, why do we even like? Are you serious?
like we're Obama. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen,
I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why
don't
would we
believe
make
you.
this if we're not from? I don't. It's just crazy. Like,
well, the problem is there's so much fake out there.
yes, it's true.
So, you know, and that's the problem where I'm a godly man. You got to stay on the truth.
Yeah.
Because anytime you get off the truth, you open yourself to deception.
Yeah.
And anytime you let a little bit of deception in, it allows a lot of deception.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And then deception wants to be the forerunner.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, we probably won't need to get in this, but I'm just going to mention it. It's like LGBTQ.
Yeah.
You know, for years, USA, the gays, in a sense, they would get beat up. You talked about it. You come out. I mean, be on. I'm a straightforward man. Back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, you got beat up. You got, I mean, just think of even Leonard Skinner guys. I mean, they weren't gay, but they had long hair. They were fights every truck stop they went to because of their long hair. So back in the day, it was that. And, you know, it was like, okay, we're going to give y'all a platform in a sense. Y'all want to come out of the closet. I don't agree with it. It's not right. But we're going to but now we want to have parades. We want to paint our picture. We're going to have our flag. We're right. You're wrong. You give anything a deception a little bit. You give them a
inch, they take a mile.
That's it. You know, and that's what we do with developers. We gave them an inch. And now
they're taking almost the whole damn state at this point.
They're more than a mile, right?
Yeah,
oh my
more
God.
than a mile.
I wanted to bring up, so I don't know if anybody else will talk about AI. And so since I'm in video production, like me and my boss and stuff, like we are always trying to be on the forefront of what's possible, what's out there. And so over the past 5 years, we've watched AI videos, like AI, you can create images way easier with just a text or whatever, like the prompts. It's just so easy to make a fake image of like anybody doing anything. Right. So, but then the video took a little bit longer to actually get good. Now, at least to the public.
Right.
But anyway, so now we're to the point where you spend a little bit of money on a couple of things of software and you can create very realistic videos, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, podcasts, like stuff like this, podcasts boomed like kind of during COVID.
Right.
And then now people are like, everyone has a podcast and are kind of maybe like steering away from it, but it's going to come back because you can't AI this. You can, and technically, yes, you can.
Right.
But if we're established podcasts like the Flowbro Show, and we have a certain amount of episodes, and people are used to what it looks like, and they're watching it, they know how we talk, they know what it looks like, they're like being deceived. So like just because you're talking about not believing like, oh yeah, that person says they're for this, it's like whatever, like probably not. Same thing with, is this an actual real video? Because there's a bazillion videos out there that are so fake of people saying certain things or doing something that like I can recognize it because I'm on the forefront of it and I'm always like looking at it. But like my parents, they don't know what's a fake video or not.
Yeah.
And so
it's hard to believe you don't know what to trust anymore.
Exactly. So I think this is good. I wanted to bring that up because this is good. Like this style, like you can make other social media videos. Facebook Live is probably gonna be really good because you can't fake that it's live, right?
Yeah.
And so then doing more like podcast style sit down can't really necessarily be faked because it's an already established podcast.
Well, at the end of the day, we're created by God. We want the real. You want real. Right. We all have been deceived somewhere in our lives. But somebody taught me this long ago with being a preacher and preaching, and as long as you preach the truth, people won't get deceived. And in the banking industry, they never show you a fake $100 bill. You never touch it. You never feel it. All they do is show you the real. You feel the real. You touch the real. Everything's real. The process you go through is real. So if you've touched the real so much, as soon as fake comes, right away. It's like you're in the production industry.
Yep.
You deal with the real every day in the production. So as soon as it's fake. It's fake.
Exactly.
So it's our job to stay real.
Yep.
So long as we stay real and stand on the truth and be the truth, anytime the false comes in, it's easy. It's not.
Easy to.
Because I mean, it's whether it's whatever AI, even in religion is huge. I mean, because people say this and talk this, you see pastors and preachers getting arrested and all this corruption, and they sound good.
Yeah.
They AI it in reality. It's a false narrative coming from that platform, that person, because behind the scenes they're this.
Yeah.
And sooner or later it all gets exposed.
Yeah. We're doing what everyone else in Florida is thinking and we want to do.
Right. But not willing to take it's persecution coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
for sure.
On both. I mean, for me, my wife, she don't like ministry that much. She definitely like running governor because she's a very defensive, upfront person where you're going to talk smack, I'll show you who I am kind of deal. So she don't want to be that because people can talk smack about me. I care less. She's like, I'm not going to take it.
Is she more of a private person too?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, my wife's the same way.
100%.
Yeah,
we don't allow nobody comes over, goes in the house. Nobody. She's very private. But
that's good.
But so when I was running for governor, You know, people lie about you sideways, and she's like defensive of me and defensive of her. And it's like,
That's also good because it counterbalances you
Yeah,
too. You
I
know
know
what I
it
mean?
does.
She's your
oh, yin and yang, or whatever they call it.
what was the Top Gun, Goose and Maverick kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
That kind
analogy.
of analogy. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
good. That's good to have. 'Cause
Yeah.
my wife is the same way. She's an introvert
Yes.
and I'm an extrovert, but then she'll
so funny.
go after somebody in the comments is where
Oh, yeah.
I used
She's
to, but I
savage.
don't anymore because I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You waste your time. You waste your time.
Yeah, because you're not.
You're not. No, I don't care what you say or how much you're not going to change your mind.
Mhm.
I have a guy coming on mine going, you're lying, you're lining your pockets, you're lining your pockets, you're lining your pockets. First, I said, you don't know me, da, da, da. And I said, you know what? Why don't you come spend a day with me?
Yeah.
Then fine. You know what? I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to change your mind.
Yeah.
And
He,
that's-
he was on their day. I went delete.
Yeah, and that's what's good about doing stuff like this with us is because once we get done doing all this and we put it together, you know, it's going to give people a sense of who you are without it coming from your page.
Right.
And we're
Right.
not going to manipulate anything.
No.
So this is just real, straight from the heart, from all of us. So it's good that you're doing stuff on these kind of platforms.
Right.
Because there is only so much you could do from your own page. You
Right.
know, you going live and doing the posts is great. Doing the trucks, you know, riding around, get as much promotion out there as you can. But going on other platforms and being real, that's, you know, like with Trump going on Rogan's show. I mean,
Yep.
that was like one of the things that kind of sealed the deal. And the fact that Kamala didn't want to take it, that's,
Yep.
you know, that's
Yeah.
sealed the deal. And
Yeah.
that's the new frontier is doing stuff like this.
Well, that's
getting,
back
you know,
to Joe Rogan. He's real. He's up front.
Oh,
He's gonna
yeah.
hit you in your face.
Yep.
You know, and that's what people want to know. Who are you really? Because I had the guy yesterday on the podcast says, I noticed I don't see you in a suit and tie. I'm like, well, you can put a clown in a suit and tie. You're still a clown.
He's still a clown, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's and that's all most of them are. They're just when we wear a
Yeah,
suit and
puppets.
tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but the bad thing is people get deceived.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all keep voting these same people in. They dress the same. They all talk the same. Y'all know they're lying. Y'all know y'all know all this, but y'all are the dumb ones because y'all keep voting for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that?
Yeah.
He was
It's-
talking right to him.
It's just like you know, and the sad thing is we found this at a local level, a state level, and a country level. Is that we're just trying to pick the lesser of all evils, and finding a real candidate is a grassroots candidate, either local government or state, or you know, yeah, whatever. It's hard to find that anymore.
And
Yeah.
obviously we're real enough, and I'm going to be open and open on this. And the problem with that is people like us. I mean, we're the problem, and the reason why we're the problem is because we're not running.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Yeah,
Because we're like, I don't want to get caught up in it.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to do politics. I'm not in, and I've said that from the pulpit. I don't care politics. Trump's not my savior. Jesus is my savior. He can do what he wants to, but he don't make my day. You know what I'm saying? He does. So the problem is guys like me and you who can't be bought, who are not willing to be bought, say it like it is. I'm not going to be swayed. Are guys, hey, I'm over here to take care of my family. I'm going to do me, my family. I'm going to take care of my little establishment, do what I can, and we never get involved in politics.
yeah,
And I'll be guilty as that. I've said that I'm not a politician. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But the problem is, what's our choices?
yeah.
It's the ones that are corrupt. They're going, sign me up. I'm going to be governor. I'm going to run for governor. I'm going to do this. And they have their own motives.
Mm-hmm.
And you, like you just said, we're choosing the less of the evils. But why is our choice always got to be evil?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where's our good choices at?
exactly. Yeah,
We're sitting here.
Yeah.
Why? So that's the reason why I started the Freedom Tour. So I'm tired of people going, the church ain't doing its job, and the pastor ain't doing this, and the pastor's taking money, and the pastor's stealing, and the pastor don't love nobody, and the pastor's not in the community, and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I've heard y'all's cry. So I started the Freedom Tour with little enough under a carport fitting 5 to 10 homeless people. And I'll go out in the community where I can and feed people and pray for people. And it's grown into, like I said, $360 million in gift in kind. We feed 20, 30, 50,000 people a year, hurricane disaster. And we just show up for free because I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the other pastors are still saying no.
Yeah,
But the thing is, now, because I've been that example, they're going, hey, how do I get food like you? Hey, how do I do what you do? Hey, I want to come around and do. So it's our job. It's the reason why I don't want to be governor. I didn't want to run for governor.
Yeah.
But God said, you need to run for governor because we don't have no good. Where's the good? It's evil, 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 evil. So, but when we do come forth, oh, he's evil too because he's running for governor, and we feel like we have to prove ourselves. And I'm like, I ain't proving nothing. I'm just gonna be me. That's the reason why I'm on your podcast.
Yeah.
And I had that. I did AI when I first did this deal. I said, you know what? I got AI. Create some videos. It created for me, and I'll put my message in there, and it makes it sound professional,
Right.
political, better sounding, better thing. And I put it out there, and everybody come at me sideways saying I'm a liberal, I'm a Democrat, I'm this, I'm that, because AI wasn't the real. So I had to learn, step back and go, hey, I'm just going to be Bobby Williams.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this face on there, this voice.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I'm going to tell it like it is because they need to see the real.
Yeah.
And the real and the truth is what's going to stand out.
Yeah.
No, and that's
Yeah,
what we
man.
need. You know, in our county, we have finally gotten a few good grassroots candidates in the local commission,
Yeah.
which is good. So that's good, but they're up against some challenges now with the Senate Bill 180, with the developers suing them to over, what was the word, burdensome? Burdensome is the termage.
Yeah,
is
and
the
SB
verbiage in
180, it's the yeah.
So, you know, they've, when this bill was written, you know, they put some wording in there that was very vague, which is disputable at any given time in life. So now we're running into a problem where the developers are saying, well, it's burdensome to not allow me to develop. And I'm going to sue you because you're not allowing me to develop, or you're holding up the process, and now that's burdensome upon me. Like, I haven't already destroyed your entire county. Now it's burdensome because I can't destroy the final little, you know, 10,000 acres. So it's good to see that we have some grassroots candidates at least going for governor. You know, that's really what we need. And I don't know, how is your commission here in Polk County? We got some good
Got some
candidates?
good guys. We got some one stepping down, stepping up. And I've never, you know, I never wanted to be involved, never get involved. And because I'm running for governor now, you're seeing more and know more. So I'm not going to sit up here and say it, but, you know, you have, because you can't, you always have different opinions.
Yeah.
Some people say they're all being bought and do this, some saying they're not. Then, and at the end of the day, too, sometimes the county commissioners, like your county commissioners, our hands are tied.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when you got, it's law,
Right.
they have the right to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's already rezoned. It's that we can't, you can't stop it. You know.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the state level governors got to come in, to where, probably ought not to say this, but I'm going to, just because one of the biggest problems with every bit of it is lawyers.
Yeah.
Whether it's development, whether it's insurance, you've got lawyers that word it. They know how to word it,
Yeah.
where they can snake around stuff. And until we get lawyers out of everything and get it to where, you know, this is what it states, this is the fact, like your bills, you know, it's we got this great bill, then but they sneak words in there.
Right.
You know, until we kind of get that, we have to work on that. And get
Yeah,
that
you
part
got to
out
button
of
it up.
Yeah.
Because they've definitely, when they, I don't know, I think it was DeSantis wrote it, like, or it came from the state level, obviously, but
Right.
we were trying to pin down who actually came up with the verbiage of it, and of course,
Right. She was saying it was like a collective.
yeah, it's a collective who wrote it, but they did
yeah.
purposely write it in a way to where it can be disputed at any given time, and that's
Right.
the problem. Is now we're like trying to stand, everybody's trying to stand up to the developers, but now there's that loophole
Yeah.
that was written in there.
They make everything vague.
Yes.
I mean, and it's,
Yep.
insurance is a perfect example. You got a policy, you don't have a clue what that policy says. You just know that you're paying $400 a month and you had to sign it because you had to have insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they go back and, it says this, it says this, it says that.
Yep.
And some,
Isn't it crazy how we can have bills like that so vague, but when you get a divorce, that freaking divorce isn't that vague? It's very specific on who gets what.
100%. Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
it's back
crazy.
to regulation. We'll regulate this, and we'll make it a state and fact. But this over here, we're not going to regulate,
Yeah.
or we're going to give it some vague regulations and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, and the bad thing is, it's going on for so many years.
Yeah.
And it's just like they said, people just want to give up, and you kind of see that. But if we never stand up,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
we have to make a stand.
And the
you
thing
know?
is we are getting enough people standing up, and we're trying to bring that to the public's awareness. Like, you know, if we continue down this road, we're going to lose it. And all the Floridians are in agreement. And even, like I said before, even the people that have been here for 10, 20 years have seen the change long enough that, look, if we keep going down this road, it's going to end up like the state that I came from.
Right.
So we've got to do something. So this isn't just, you know, It's not whether you're a cracker or a transplant. At this point, there's enough people who has enough evidence to see that we can't continue down the path that we're going. So grassroots candidates are like the next thing that needs to occur in all forms of government. And honestly, I really kind of think at some point in the future, do not take this disrespectful, but there should be some sort of age limit to be governor or president.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it just as there is an age limit to be a minimum, right? The minimum is what, 35?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think 70.
I think for a president, it's 45.
Is it 45?
Or I don't remember.
I remember it's 45, but if
yeah.
it's young, it's young. Obviously, you don't want to get somebody in there under 30. They don't have enough notches on their
Right.
belt. But
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing with Biden. It's like he was propping him up like Weekend at Bernie's,
Right.
And then they were also hiding the fact that this was going on, even though the public could see his decline.
Yeah.
And it's like we shouldn't have gotten to that point.
Well, the problem back to regulation, on my end, we talked about earlier about donations. You can do 3,000 this and this, but as a nonprofit, I'm not allowed to endorse anybody.
Yeah.
But we can start a PAC and raise millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and we can promote, do what we want to.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, the problem is whoever has the most money most time wins.
Yeah.
But we've seen that in the different Trump because obviously people want the real, but it takes some money. So so a lot of times it keeps the good guy who's got a good heart, the grassroots guy, can't get enough money or momentum,
Right.
because like, man, why? Because I get that. I mean, it's like, I want to help you, but I don't really think you can win.
Yeah.
That's because they look at the scheme of things and how it works and even we'll say Republicans right now, all they're talking about is Byron Donald. So you're not even being talked about. You're not being this. So I love you. I love your message. Man, I'm for you, but I don't think you can win. So they're like, I ain't giving you no money. So, but ultimately the good thing, and that's the good thing about social media is, man, we can do this for free.
Everybody's on the same page at that point.
But I think you almost have to limit, you shouldn't be able to raise more than so much amount of money or spend so much amount of money. But, or we shouldn't even have PACs, because if I can have a PAC, then why can't I have a nonprofit? And why can't it, why do we limit nonprofits? Why are we limiting these other people?
Yeah.
If it's all about, because at the end of the day, it's about really who's the most popular guy at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
It really is, yeah. Who's
Right.
got the most money and who's the most popular, and you can gain that popularity through social media.
And through money is the biggest
Yeah.
one. But social media now allows us to do that.
Yeah.
Before social media, we didn't have that
We didn't
access.
have that,
Right.
And you see Obama trying to stop that now with social media because they can direct the narrative, because we've seen that with the election. News, and they regulated social media to where you could talk about COVID and all these other things, whatever.
Trigger words, and they
That's
would block
crazy.
it. That is crazy.
Dude,
It's not freedom of speech, though.
It's not. And that's where we have to regulate people from regulating us.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll use that perfect example as Republicans. So as a Republican Party, they are not allowed to choose one candidate over another. They're not allowed to pick Byron Donalds. They're not allowed to pick whoever goes in, was DeSantis, Wilton Simpson, whoever goes in, they're not allowed to say, we favor this guy. But what they do is not talk about, they only allow this one or two guy to talk and give them a platform and give nobody else a platform. So in reality, you're choosing, by not even supporting or helping anything at all, you're supporting that one guy or two guys.
Yeah.
So it's really not fair on that end either.
No,
It should be, if you're going to give him news time and he's going to be able to talk, you're going to go on social media and say, we support this, you should do every Republican candidate the same. If they're saying they're Republican, they should have the same opportunity, and they don't. And by not doing that, you're really choosing one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's loophole again.
Yeah.
It's regulation, loophole, vague. Well, we're not supporting one or the other. We just don't know him. We don't want to support him. Well, you support one by doing it.
Yeah.
So
If you don't support one, they're gonna make you support one by what they put in front of you.
right. And that's
They're
what they do.
dictating what you see and who you value.
It's like right now you got 4 Republican candidates. You only know about one.
Yep.
So many times, Bobby Williams, what are you independent? Are you maybe Democrat, not run, Democrat because whatever? Because I haven't heard nothing about you.
Yeah.
Because Byron Donald's the only one running. I can't tell you. I went to one event And they said, hey, you come speak. We're not going to endorse you or nothing. Just speak, tell them who you are, that kind of stuff. And I got there. They said, well, we won't let you get up there. Why? Because you're not registered yet. I said, I've been registered. This was like in April, and I've been registered in February. And I said, I can show you on thing. Like, nope. Because they were watching the news, and all the news, there's only one Republican candidate for Florida, and that's Byron Donalds. And that's all they say and do.
Huh.
So,
Holy cow.
yeah,
Dude, that's crazy.
it is.
I didn't realize it was that bad. I mean, it makes sense now, but coming from your firsthand perspective, like it's massive persuasion.
So much time.
Yeah.
People go. I was at a Polk County Republican. Every county has this thing. I was at a Republican meeting. Went there. He allowed me to speak. They allow you to speak 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 3 minutes, that kind of stuff. He knew me, knew everything about me. Left there. I went to Solivita. They have one of the largest Republican committees in Central Florida. I was a guest speaker there. I come there and guest spoke. And I'm sitting at the table with the Republican guy sitting next to me. And he says, what do you think about Morgan? He's looking at starting his own independent party. How will that affect you? I'm like, number one, I don't think most people are going to vote for him. But why do you say that? I'm not an independent. He said, you're not independent? I said, no. I said, I'm Republican. He said, I didn't know that. Republican guy I've talked to for 3 months. He knew I was running for governor. I was a Republican ticket and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, well, why ain't you met with these guys or that? Or why ain't they talking about you? Why ain't you? I said, exactly. That's what I want to know from you.
Yeah.
Why? Can you help me with that? He said, I'll do it. He said, they won't talk to me. I'm not one of their chosen ones. I'm not one of their big money developers.
Right.
They're in these parties. And obviously I'm on back here going, I'm against development.
Right.
So even the Republican Party at that level are not going, hey, we support this guy, because maybe I'm going against their donors.
Man, if we can freaking get the people of Florida to freaking get their heads out of their butt
about that message right
that
there.
message right there is
that's
like,
really what
dude.
people don't understand that.
Yeah.
That if you can't be persuaded, then you're not going to get promoted.
right.
And you said the word earlier, and unfortunately they perverted good old boys. So we're good old boys in Florida. And
Right.
good old boys to us means we're going to help each other. We're going
Right.
to take care of you. If I'm driving down the road and I see you broke down and you need a tire change or carrying a gas can, and we're going to probably help you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we understand the scams, but for the most part, we're going to help somebody. That is. But when you get in the Republican system, the good old boy system's different. We're going to take care of the big dumb. So that's what somebody commented the other day to me. Are you in the good old boy system? And I am as a Floridian, and we're a good old boy system. But in Republican, no, I'm not a good old boy.
Yeah.
They don't choose me to be one, and it's sad, but it's true, because for me, I'm not only going to pull a Republican vote, I'm going to pull the independent vote. I'm pulling Democratic vote.
Yeah.
And even the minority black and Hispanic, because we're in these communities, we're helping the blacks, we're helping the Hispanics, we're helping them get out of poverty, showing them a way, helping them with resources, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They know my heart. They don't look at me. I go to a lot of black churches and I speak, and they're like, hey, this ain't about a political party, because they're all Democrat. This ain't about a party. This is about a man.
Yeah.
This man with the right heart. This is what we're going to do. But for me, obviously, I got to win the primary
Right.
to go to against. I'll pull our Democratic vote, independent vote. But my first thing is I'm running against Republicans only. As a Democrat or independent, I don't think they can vote in a Republican primary. It's only Republicans.
Right.
So, and the Republicans themselves, and that just proves to me and you and our guest is, I'm a Republican, but I'm not what they call them. They call them rhinos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or bureaucrats.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've been called that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. And a perfect example. If I was a rhino or a bureaucrat, you would know I'm running for Republican in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope. Until I reached out to y'all had no idea who I am.
Nope.
You know who Bobby Williams for governor. And I get that. You're people see me. You're running for governor? What are you, an independent? No, I'm a Republican. No. I heard about you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's part of a problem.
So I think with the mission that you are preaching and standing behind. I think that you're going to be able to approach the younger demographic, regardless of what side they're on, because you have social media experience.
Yes, sir.
So I think you have a little bit better of an edge, and you still actually have some time. You have plenty of time.
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of have something going for you with what you're leaning on.
Yes, sir.
So I especially something after like this, I think we can really kind of help with what we're doing here today. That
sure.
you know, it's waking everybody's eyes up, because there's a lot of people in Florida, regardless of what side of the sand that they feel like they need to stay on or have been put on, that may have to make a change.
Right.
And even if that change comes at somebody who isn't getting promoted on Fox News all the time,
Yes, sir.
or whatever, at some point we have to make a difference and pick the right person for the job.
Well, you know, I know I can win in a sense, and I know I can win if I can get in front of people.
Yes.
Yep.
If
With
just-
your message, yes.
That's what I'm saying. If I get in front, and however that happens through you guys, God will make a way when there ain't no way it'll happen.
Yeah.
And it's me. I just keep plowing along. It's like you guys.
Just keep at it.
All you
at
can
it.
do is keep plowing, keep at it, and you know, God brings an increase, and as long as we keep sowing, we'll reap all that kind of. So I know that's my thing is I know if I can get, and I'm going to win because if I get in front of people and hear me. But it's the same way. If I get in front of Trump and Trump can hear me out, there's no way Trump can go, nah, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if you're a true man of God, you're a true American and Floridians, there's no way. Now, he don't have to choose one. He can say, hey, man, he's a good, even just a little bit of, hey, man, this guy's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be
Yeah.
right for Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, he's done that in Arizona. He chose two different, he said he backed like two different ones. So as for me, if I can get in front of the people
Yeah.
or just let them get around me, see me, hear me,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're just a hateful person and
Yeah.
just whatever, it's
Right.
like, that's what it, but just, I'm real.
You know,
I mean,
I've been saying this for a while now, that it's going to take somebody from Florida to see Florida's problems and to fix Florida.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
it really is. I mean, and that's why, like we say in our local government level, that we've got a couple people in there from Florida, right? I think is George.
I
I don't know, but I know
100%.
Carol is. So,
Right.
you know, that's what it takes, because they've been around long enough to see
Right.
what's going on. So honestly, I really do feel like you got a pretty
Yeah.
good shot, man. Like,
yeah.
you just keep doing what you're doing and it will pay off.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's the biggest thing is it's not being bought, you know, and it ain't just from Florida. Being from Florida, seeing problems. It's where, because a lot of them say good, speak good, and have a good heart.
Yeah.
But they get up in there and they get money thrown in front of them. And the average 99.9% of people, you throw millions of dollars at them, buddy, they'll buy every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the very few and the very rare that's going to go, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the ones we need in place of power. And the two things we talked about earlier, it's far and few between.
Mhm.
And the people who have that heart and have that not willing to be bought don't want to waste their time running. They're like,
Yeah.
I got better things to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't want to waste my time, finances doing it. And then they look at it like something I can't win. You know, like, I'm going against a giant. I'm going against, you know, this, that, or, you know, I don't like, I'd use the word, but, you know, people, Goliath, you know, it's in the Bible, but I use a perfect example for me running for governor. I'm just going to give a little biblical analogy here. So most people look at David defeated Goliath. David fought Goliath, but that was written from Samuel. So when Samuel, the prophet, wrote about David defeating the Goliath, he described Goliath. He described what he looked like from head to toe. He described how people feared him. It was all fear, fear, fear. David never once in Scripture described Goliath. He described him an uncircumcised Philistine, which has no covenant with God. So David never had a giant in his life. So you have to have that guy with the mindset of David. There's no such thing as a giant. I serve a God who's bigger than anything.
This
So,
is nothing.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
this is defeatable.
Yeah. So when people say, "Oh,
Yeah.
you cannot beat the
cool.
system, you cannot beat the Republican Party, you cannot beat whatever," they're looking at it as a giant of Goliath.
Yeah.
I look at it as God told me to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's impossible, and
Right.
that's how I live my life and do it. So it's like it's just another uncircumcised Philistine at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
got you.
it's a whole different mentality, a whole different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
And it's a biblical, but it's
Yeah, I
not.
like
That's
that.
not taught in the churches. It's not taught that
No.
way. Everything is taught. You got a giant. You got a Goliath. You got this.
That's
Y'all are going against a giant. Y'all are going up
Yeah.
against Goliath.
Yeah.
These developers. Y'all can't win.
No.
You never. And it's like no.
And we get that a lot in the comments.
Yeah.
So
I get it too. But it's you have.
Yeah.
We're the Davids.
mm-hmm.
We don't see giants. We don't see nothing that can be defeated. We know it can be defeated, and we know. But somebody's got to make that stand.
Yeah.
And if David never made that stand, the church of the Israelites would still be in slavery and all they were, that kind of stuff. But one guy, all it takes is one guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like is this takes one guy. One guy, I'm willing to make that stance.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take the persecution. I'm willing to take the hate, everything. But I know it can be done.
Yeah. Well, you're optimistic with it, and that's great. And that's what we need.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
I mean, that was solid. That was so cool.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
pretty good. No, so did you have another question? I was gonna ask, so like if we wanted to kind of conclude this, I know you just did a really damn good conclusion right there, but what do you want the people to know about yourself, Bobby Williams? What is like just a small summary you can give the public, and we can make this into a really good reel.
Right.
So it'd be like a promote, you're gonna cut a promo essentially at this point. Something that you want the public to really know. Where we can chop this up and kind of make it into something smaller. Like just think about it. You don't have to answer right now.
Yeah.
Because he could cut it any time.
I mean, I'll flow with it, but I'm a Floridian, born and raised Floridian, third generation. I feel people's pains. I feel your issue. I see it every day, from the taxes, the developments, traffic, infrastructure, and I understand the frustration and the pains of our political voted officials not doing their jobs. And you see them being bought. You see them being bought by big corporations, developers, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not that person. I'm not running this campaign for money in any way. I'm running because, number one, I gave my life to God years ago to help people and be a blessing. And I see the pains and I've seen the issues, and I laid my life down to do that. And I'm willing to lay my life down to be governor of Florida. Take the persecution. Take the, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're going to get bought. I'm not here to be bought. I'm here to better Florida.
Yeah.
What can I do? What we need the right people in Florida to better Florida, and we need not just a Floridian, but we need somebody willing to make a stand against all that's going to come at us. I'm going to have the developers. You're going to have lawsuits. You're going to have the insurance companies. You're going to have Big Sugar, whoever them guys are that fund the lobbyists. All the lobbyists in there are going to come at me because the first thing I want to do is get the lobbyists out, clean them out.
Yeah.
Let's get people in here, not who the lobbyists say, but get people in here who are doing the best for Florida. I'm big in the faith-based community just because they have the right heart. They're already out there. Most of them are already out there doing the right thing. They just don't have the funds to do more. Just like you guys have the right heart and y'all want to get out there and do more, but you don't have all the funds you would love to have to do more. But if we can, as a state level, you'd have to circumvent it, but these guys are doing the right guys. Hey, they're doing the right thing. How can I get them money to help better Florida? These guys are doing the right thing. How can I help them not a lobbyist coming in here and go, hey, these guys gave so much to your campaign. They're willing to do this. We can shift some stuff over there. No, get all that nonsense out. And we got to do what's best for Florida.
Great answer. Cut the shadiness out. I like that.
Yeah, no nonsense Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, no nonsense. I'm about preserving Florida. No nonsense Florida. No nonsense people in government and political power. Let your yes be yes, your no be no.
Have you considered that as like a slogan?
No, I just thought about it.
No nonsense Florida. Dude, I just stopped trying. I'm like,
yeah,
that's pretty
as soon
good.
as I said that,
That's pretty good, man.
As soon as it come out, it was like, that's a slogan.
That's good.
No nonsense
No
Florida.
nonsense Florida. That is, I would buy a T-shirt.
Put that on a shirt.
That'd be so
Y'all
good.
put it on a shirt.
No nonsense
No nonsense
Florida,
Florida.
man.
Oh man.
Because we're tired, man. Why are we sitting here? We are tired of the nonsense.
Yeah.
We are tired of people getting their way just because they throw money away, throwing their weight around, and then people just blowing it over. You ask them a question, and they don't answer the question. They give you, like you was talking about earlier, a political answer because they're scared to hurt somebody's feelings or scared to hurt somebody's donor or hurt somebody. I learned that a long time ago. I'm not going to make everybody happy. But what I can do is I can do the truth. I can do right. I can be exactly who I'm going to be. And the ones that support me, And the ones that ain't gonna support me will not support me.
Yeah.
But how can I make a difference being who I am?
Yeah.
And I'm a no nonsense guy. Like I told you before, and I'll probably hurt your feelings and I'll probably offend you. Not because I'm a mean person, not because I don't like you, because I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's being transparent.
Yeah. It's just
I'm the
who I
same
am.
way. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm the same way.
Well, you're not a pastor. You don't love. I got somebody I've mentored a long time. You have no compassion. I was going through this. I was going through that. You didn't ask me how I felt. You didn't come at me and do this. I'm like, get over yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your problem is you. Your problem is you're poor, pitiful me, and you're living in that instead of obviously I'm a God. You're a Bible believing person. You're telling me the Bible, it tells you to get born again. When you get born again, old things are passed away, all things become new.
Mm-hmm.
You're not living in the new, you're still living in the old.
Mm-hmm. The victim mentality.
Yeah.
Victim mentality.
It's victim. And I'm like, so I can't help you.
I can't help you if you're going to play victim.
That's right.
Yeah.
So why would I
You
waste
gotta
my
start
time?
helping yourself first.
Why would I waste my time and resources if you're not willing to help you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't help you.
Yeah.
It's like the same person. You know the problem. You know the issue. It's, we'll just say a couple. One's cheating on the other. Hey, he's cheating on you. He keeps cheating on, and you stay in that same relationship. Or he's beating you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You stay. That's on. You know.
Yeah.
We've given you resources. We've given you a place. We told you what to do, and you continue staying there. Don't waste my time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not loved. That's not Christ-like. Well, you better read the Bible because that's what's Christ-like.
Yeah.
He didn't run in them situations. He told you to get over yourself. Well, it's not about you. Deny yourself.
Yeah.
Die to yourself, and go be a blessing.
Yeah.
Love your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't ever say love yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's continually what people want to do. It's that victim mentality. Oh, poor pitiful me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
I call it PPM.
What,
Just
You got PPM.
PPM.
Poor pitiful me.
Yeah. There you go.
That's all. You got that PPM virus, and you live in it.
Yeah. You gotta get free from that.
This episode of the Flow Bro Show is brought to you by
BigFloridaEnergy.com.